Hey everybody, I'm Scott Butwell. Welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to talk about 10 different great publications that you can write for on medium.com. And these are all publications I've written for, and they're great for new writers to Medium or if you've been around for a while. And if you've never heard of medium.com, it's a blogging platform where you pay $5 a month to have access to thousands, millions of stories, and you get paid for stories that you write. Location number one, new writers welcome. I'm a huge fan of New Writers Welcome because I love how Robert Ralph's focus is to support new writers. And you can pretty much write about anything you want on New Writers Welcome. He also has a sister publication, What is Love to You? What I like about New Writers Welcome is I like to write about stories about the craft of writing, especially online writing, what I'm learning about writing on Medium. And I always get 10, 15, 20 comments. I think I have one story with about 65 comments. Every time I open up my notifications, I get another comment on this story. The one strategy you haven't thought of to gain readers on Medium. So it's a great publication for new writers, and you should definitely check this one out. Publication number two, Coffee Times. I like to think of Coffee Times as like a smaller version of New Writers Welcome. You can pretty much write about whatever you want in Coffee Times, and they like you to put a shout out to another writer at the bottom of your story. So I like that way how they're lifting up other writers. And they do a great job. It's run by Winston of promoting your stories across other platforms like Substack. One of my stories recently was in the top 10 of Substack's daily top stories. So you really get promotion across different social media platforms if you publish with Coffee Times. So that's a great reason to check out Coffee Times. And they also sometimes drop some great music you can listen to while you're reading your stories on Coffee Times. Publication number three, The Book Cafe. The Book Cafe is a great place to put your reviews and your thoughts on books that you've read recently. I'm sure you guys have read a book recently, or it could be a book that you've written a long time ago. I've done that where I just take a book that I really liked a long time ago. For instance, I recently wrote a book review about the first gay NBA basketball player. There's actually one scene that I really love in that book, so I just kind of focused my story on that scene. That's kind of an interesting way to write a book review, by the way. It's just focus on one key scene and then just add some thoughts at the end. But again, if you read a book, check out and write for The Book Cafe. Publication number four, The Haven and Muddy The Haven and Muddy are two humor publications on Medium. I haven't written for Muddy yet, but I've written a couple for The Haven. I wrote one recently where I met the highlighting master, David Perlmutter, and it was basically a satirical story about where I exaggerated kind of my own reaction to getting a comment from David. I've actually gotten 3 comments from David, and he's a regular guy. But again, I was writing this story more for humor, just to kind of make fun of people like myself and other people who make it a big deal that he highlights stories. So I thought it was funny. And so humor writing, check out The Haven. Publication number 5, Katniss. Katniss obviously is a place for your cat stories, for people who love cats. And that's what I love about Medium, is you can find a publication on pretty much any subject. I wrote a story for Katniss, and it was a perfect fit for this publication because I stole my neighbor's 2 cats. And where else are you going to get 100 people to read that story? So definitely the Katniss is your place for any cat stories. If you have a cat, you definitely have to become a writer for Katniss. Publication number 6, Crow's Feet. Another great publication on Medium is Crow's Feet. If you look right here, this is where they get their name, right? That crow's feet, those wrinkles on the side of your eyes. And Crow's Feet, obviously, the publication is about aging. And I love this publication. I'm just barely in the demographic as a 53-year-old, but I love it because the readers, they take their time. They actually slow down and read. They don't kind of rush through. So even if you're younger than 50, maybe you have some stories about caring for an aging parent or some kind of aging issue related to your parents. I had a story on my mom caring for an aging parent, and it had like 150 reads. So the readers here definitely slow down. They're not those fast medium skimmers. So definitely check out Crow's Feet by Nancy Peckingham. Publication number 7, Letters from a Sports Fan. Letters from a Sports Fan is a new publication on Medium, and I love how it has a little bit of all kinds of sports: hockey, basketball, baseball, football, whatever sports in season. And I think sports is a great under-tapped topic on Medium, so I'm really hoping that Letters from a Sports Fan will take off and attract more sports stories on Medium. I've noticed with my sports stories, I've written about 7 or 8, and every single one, except for one, was chosen for distribution. So I think the algorithm really wants to see your sports stories. So you should definitely check out and write for Letters from a Sports Fan. Publication number 8, Know Thyself, Heal Thyself. I love Know Thyself, Heal Thyself because I think the title of this publication is so true. The more that you can know yourself, you are going to heal yourself. And definitely their focus is on vulnerability, authenticity, and growth. So it's a very popular Medium publication. It's about 10,000 followers. It's been around for a while. And I love with Know Thyself, Heal Thyself, and all the publications that I've mentioned so far, they're very fast to accept and publish your story. And I've noticed they like to give little comments about your story too, which I really appreciate when you submit it. Publication number 9, The Short Form. The short form is exactly what the name suggests. It's for those shorter articles. It has to be 150 words or less. If you try 153, it will get a private note saying you got to trim out 3 more words. I know that from experience. And the short form is great for nuggets of knowledge, and also for whenever you're kind of wanting to consume or to write something fast. Maybe you're tired and don't have a lot of energy to read or write. The short form is the place to go. Publication number 10, The Orange Journal. The Orange Journal is another great publication for new writers. It's growing fast. It's got about 1,500 followers. And Susie Pinion runs this publication, and she likes to focus on becoming the best version of yourself. I think that's something we all want to become. She also focuses a lot of stories on productivity, and pretty much like the New Writers Welcome Coffee Times, you can get anything you want in here. So it's great. New publication. Join the bandwagon. It is growing fast. Here's 5 more publications for those of you who have stuck around toward the end of this video. Illumination and Illumination's Mirror are 2 great publications to get a lot of reads and welcoming to new writers. They're basically another publication that's generalist. They like to deal with a lot of different cross disciplines and domains, so definitely check out Illumination. I'm a big fan of promptly written and thank you notes because a lot of times as writers, you don't really know what to write about. You're a new writer to Medium, and what I like about these 2 publications is they give you prompts, so you can basically don't have to think up your ideas. And it's a good way to build your audience, to get to know other new writers, so definitely check out Promptly Written and Thank You Notes. The Brain is a Noodle. That's a great publication for poetry. And another good publication for poetry is The Bazaar of the Bizarre. The Bazaar, but B-A-Z-A-A-R, of the Bizarre. So definitely if you're a poet, check out those 2 publications, and you can kind of interact and connect with other poets on Medium. Love Looks Like This is a brand new publication on Medium by the Chicken Man, J.R. Spears. I love his chickens. And I like his focus on Love Looks Like This because he's encouraging you to write about another writer and to lift them up and let other people know about that writer. So I lifted up my brother, and I also lifted up Frank, a dad writer. So if you want to lift up another writer, check out Love Looks Like This. And the last publication, thank you guys for sticking around all the way through, is 2 Minutes Alone, and it's what it sounds like. You can write a story that's kind of focused on a 2-minute time frame, but actually I found out you can actually go to more of a 3 or 4 minute time frame for my first story in this publication. I hope you guys enjoy this 10 great publications for new writers or writers who've been around on Medium for a while, plus the 5 extra ones I gave you at the end. And don't forget, if you want to get more helpful information on improving as a writer, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Have a great writing day, everybody. Peace out.